What is going on, my Jets family? Like always, I appreciate you guys tuning in to the Take Flight Spit and Fire podcast. I'm excited to be here, but man, I'm really excited about the guest we have on today. We got an edge rusher on the Jets, a player that I'm excited about. I'm a big fan of. I'm really glad to have here. We have an exclusive interview with Jets edge rusher Bryce Huff. Bryce, how you doing today, my man?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited for you to come on. Thank you for joining me and the fans. The fans are really excited to get to know you.
Definitely. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, man. So last week, I don't know if you got a chance to see, we actually had John on. We had John Franklin Myers on the show. He's such a nice, sweet, awesome dude, which I think, really goes a long way with fans, especially myself. But, obviously when he plays, when he gets on the field, you see it, everyone else sees it. Obviously, he gets dialed in, he gets focused. He's able to get that tough side, that anger streak going. I was just wondering if you want to maybe tell the people, like, what does that for you? Like, what puts you in the zone? Like, what motivates you to, like, get into that mindset?
For me, it's just like the opportunity to be out on the field. We're out there playing with like all kinds of people that have been in the league for a bunch of years, like guys with huge contracts, just guys that have made a name for themselves. And like I see it as an opportunity to go out and prove to myself like what I know I'm capable of doing, like all the work I put in and everything. It just like thinking about all the work just really just gets me hyped for the game. So I can go out there and just flip the switch and go to work.
Nice. Love it. Love to hear that, man. So I don't know if you want to maybe, share with the people about John did the same thing, because everyone has different things that brought us to football. Some of you maybe want to, share with, what brought you to football, some of your first football memories, if maybe someone particular in your life got you into football.
Yeah. I started playing football when I was 4 years old back in Beauregard, Alabama. My dad had my brother playing like a long time, and then when I turned 4, I mean, I'd always see my brother turn up on the football field. So when I got my chance, I had to get out there and really just get going and playing. So that was really just a family thing. And like my dad's always been a football fan, so he didn't have a problem with me getting out there as early as I did. So yeah.
Nice. I remember you mentioned, you grew up in Alabama. If you could share what maybe one of your favorite memories growing up in Alabama was.
I definitely have to say, it's like hanging with my guys, going out in the woods, like to the beaches, bonfires, stuff like that. I mean, that was a great part of growing up down there, and then just putting in the work. Like we always just work together. Like after track practice in the off season, we'll go run hills, or like we'll go to the sand dunes and just like run sprints, just crazy stuff. And yeah, just part of the grind and the journey with my friends back home. That was probably one of the most fun parts of living there.
Nice. So in football, memories with that, throughout your youth days, your collegiate days, even your NFL days now. What's been your favorite football memory?
I have to say winning the championship my senior year in college. Just like we went to the championship like 3 times. We lost twice to UCF, and then that last year we ended up being able to pull through and finally clutching that W. So that was probably the best memory for me.
Nice. I remember that, man. That was exciting. That was fun to watch.
Definitely. It was crazy. It was crazy because we had to play Cincinnati back to back too. So that was a challenge in itself. But yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And speaking of, your days in the AAC, I mean, you played really well in your sophomore year at Memphis. For, those who don't know, you went to Memphis University. But your junior year, man, you really came on. Your numbers were amazing. In fact, you led the whole entire team with 19 TFLs, 9.5 sacks, only half a sack away from double digits. You were named to the second team All AAC. Your 19 TFLs were second in the entire conference. Also 19th in all of FPS. Same thing with your 9.5 sacks. They were third in the conference, also 19th in FBS. Did something big change for you going into your junior year? Or was it more, you just finally getting that opportunity to show what you can do?
Honestly, I feel like the biggest catalyst for me having that good season was coaching. Coming from like we had a more traditional coach my freshman and sophomore year, and like the way we talked about things and we went about things leading up to game day really didn't prepare me as well as my junior year. I had a different coach who switched to outside linebackers coach versus a DN coach, and it wasn't just much, it wasn't really the things he was telling us like technique wise. It was just like the positivity, and like he would just speak things into existence for me. And I feel like the fact that he believed in me as much as he did made me believe in myself even more. And I went out there on game days like, all right, coach said I'm about to have 2-3 sacks this week. Let's go out here and do it. And like in my head, it was just like I just believed in myself more, I think. And then of course, just like the work is always. I've always been a hard worker, but like working hard and having that direction with him really helped a lot. So.
That's because yeah, that was amazing, man. That junior year was unbelievable. And then going into your senior year, what's maybe a lot of people may not know, for the fans out there is in 2018, in your junior year, you're playing a lot of outside linebacker, but then in your senior year, you transitioned to defensive end. But in that whole new position, you still killed it. You had 15 and a half TFLs, 6.5 sacks, 16 QB hurries, 2 forced fumbles. You ranked 6th and 8th in the ACC, second ACC all-team again. Can you tell us what it was like transitioning positions for you and why you were able to find success as quickly as you were, in that new position?
I mean, I've always played with my hand in the dirt since I was 4. Like growing up, I didn't really stand up until like my senior year in high school or my first couple years in Memphis. So that was really like me stepping out of my comfort zone, me standing up and getting used to that. But put my hand in the dirt, that's like natural for me. So yeah, it wasn't much of a transition really.
Nice. I think you kind of answered the next question there because you were saying, how natural it was for you. But what would you say, playing so I guess kind of switching the question around then, because you said you played more hand in the dirt. So transitioning to that outside linebacker position, what do you feel was like, one of the biggest differences, hardest things to learn? Did you have to change your pass rush style? Did your approach to the game change?
I think the only thing that really made a difference, like going to 2-point stance, was the get off. You have your hand in the dirt, all your weight's on your hand. You can just, as soon as you see the ball move, you can just go. But with standing up, you got to kind of time it. If you don't time it properly, you're going to have to false step most of the time. And so I feel like it hindered me in a sense. But, I mean, I was still able to get used to it and be able to find some success. And then other than that, just like playing the run, you can see it. You can see plays develop a lot more. So that was good. But that's about it.
It's interesting. And, you got me excited. I know a lot of Jet fans are excited because, we've now switched to that new 4-3 system. And in that new 4-3 system, you talked about, being more comfortable with your hand in the dirt, feeling more fluid in that DE edge rusher kind of position, which is what you're going to be doing in that position. So I guess, do you feel, I guess you would say yes, but do you feel that you're better, suited for that kind of a role as opposed to a standing edge rusher?
I feel like I'm suited for either, honestly, because I've gotten comfortable with both over the years. But like I said before, having my hand in the dirt, that's like what I've grown up playing. That's like second nature to me. So the fact that I'm hand in the dirt every time, I'm not thinking about crazy amounts of things before the play. It's just like go out there, get off the ball, do you. So like it's not much. It's what I've been hoping for. Like since I got into college, like got into the league, like this is what I've needed, honestly. Like just be able to go.
That's exciting, man. And yeah, like you said, I mean, getting into that new system, it's exciting, being in that new defensive end edge rusher again, back to the way, you felt comfortable in the past. But so I was wondering if you could, maybe tell us about, some of the new edge rushers that have, been brought into the building at One Jets Drive, maybe impressions you have of, Carl Lawson and Vinny Curry. Because what's interesting, John had said that he was saying how all you guys were so awesome, but he was saying how Vinny has one of the best ball get-offs he's ever seen in his life.
yeah, definitely. Vinny, like the new edges, like Vinny and Carl, like they come to work every day with the maximum intensity. Like every rep is a game rep. Like when we're warming up, we're doing we're doing drills in Indy. Like the guys are getting on full speed, like turning the edge as violent as possible. I remember watching the rep before OTAs even started. Vinny is about to like he gets off the ball, he's about to dip the edge, and he turns the bag with such force. It's just like wow, like this is crazy. My dog is going crazy. I don't know why he's like he's just running circles around my apartment for no reason.
So,
But he just comes to work every day with the same intensity as you would see on a game day. Or like Carl, the same way. Like he comes to work with a purpose, and he has like intention with everything he does. And outside of just being like extremely intense when it comes to drill work, like mentally they're locked in. I know like Carl and Vinny are both students of the game, but like they the way they help us like as developing edge rushers, like me and Jay feeling like we haven't been in the league as long as Vinny. Like he'll reach out, like what y'all need, what are y'all looking to improve on? Like he'll just point things out that we don't see or like that coach might not see, and he'll be able to like get us right. And it's a big help, and it's a big confidence booster having that vet in the room that can just be like, look, you got to tweak this, or you got to do this, and seeing instant results. It makes a huge difference.
that's awesome, man. That's exciting to hear. You know, Vinny's got that veteran presence. Definitely exciting to hear. You know, he's going to help you guys get even better. But before, you know, we talked about those stats you put up, and just to throw that up there for a second, because those are some amazing numbers. Like you really, really put up some impressive stats in college. And I think that's part of the reason, you know, back what you did then, being undrafted, you know, coming on really well last year. Back in April, Bleacher Report actually predicted you as the 2021 breakout player on the Jets. So that's exciting, you know, to hear. I was wondering, you know, hearing that yourself, what have you been most working on in this offseason to get ready for this coming season?
Just my get off, honestly, just absolutely getting off the ball, staying locked in on the ball key, and just really being as good as I can be at my get off, because that's the most important part of pass rush. That's the most important part of stopping the run. Playing football in general, just getting off the ball and really being a presence on the edge, like setting the edge as best I can, you know, seeing plays develop, like if I have to like keep my eyes out for a certain type of play, just seeing plays develop and being on point with everything that I need to, you know, have under control, and just absolutely just being a beast. Like I just been trying to do everything I can to see if I can see how good I can actually get, you know, just really become a student of the game.
Yeah, man, it's exciting. And like, you know, we were just saying before, you had really impressive junior year, an excellent senior year playing in that defensive end, that more natural position you were talking about, as well as you had a great performance in the Cotton Bowl. But then you still happened to go undrafted. I personally thought, you know, you'd go in somewhere like to the 5th to 7th round. I was hoping we would take you then. I was a big fan when you were at Memphis. I was wondering, being undrafted, does that put like a chip on your shoulder? Do you use that to help motivate yourself to want to prove everybody wrong?
Honestly, I feel like I did last year coming into campus. Like I'm undrafted, like all these guys went above me. Like I took it personally, but like over time, my mindset has kind of changed. I don't know. It's just kind of like everybody said, "Oh, you should have been drafted. Or you should have done this. You should have done that." And I look back on my senior year, it's like, yeah, I did okay, but like if I'm being honest with myself, I don't think that I put up like what I expected of myself. And like I know like scouts and teams were expecting this huge year out of me based off my junior season. I don't think if I'm being 100% honest with myself, I don't think I did that. So like people say I should have been drafted. It's like, no, I shouldn't have, because if I should have been drafted, then I would have been drafted. So it's just like, let me go and be 100% like on myself. Like, what can I do to make sure that I don't get overlooked when it comes time for me to, you know, sign my next contract, or when it comes time for me to, you know, like just make an impact on the team. Like, what can I do to make sure that I dot all my I's and cross all my T's? You know, I don't want to leave any stones unturned when it comes to my preparation for the game. So like it just comes down to me wanting to prove to myself who I am as a player. And that's what's put a chip on my shoulder now, because it's like people saying like, oh, we hope to see, like, let's see what Bryce can do this year. Like people doubting me. So it's just a matter of me proving to myself what I can do. That's my motivation at this point.
Nice, man. That's great to hear.
Sure.
So when you got that call, from the Jets last year that they were going to be bringing you on as a UDFA, what was that like, getting that phone call?
It kind of like upset me because like it was mid draft. They called me like the beginning of the fourth round. They were like, "Hey," like I saw my phone ring. I was like, "Oh, I'm about to get drafted," and it's like, "No, hey, we're gonna pick you up after the draft." Like, all right, cool. But why you called me to tell me at middle of the fourth? Um, so yeah, that was kind of disappointing, but everything happens for a reason. So I was like, all right, if I go undrafted, then we have to work the same way. Like it is what it is. Like I'm here now, so all I can do is make the best of the present. So yeah.
So, like we said, with the new season coming up, Bleacher Report, as you predicted, as the breakout player on the Jets, do you have a message, that you would want to say to fans of what they can expect to see from you in this upcoming season?
Um, I'll say they can expect to see somebody who goes out on the field and gives their 100% best effort every play, whether it's a passing down or a run down, whether it's run down on kickoff, blocking on punt, whatever it is, they're gonna get 100% max effort from me, just because like that's what I'm preparing to do right now, going into camp, and that's what I have. That's just who I am. Like that's what I plan to do. Just be 100% effort, 100% focus, and just do everything I can to help us win.
Nice. Love that, man. Love to hear it. As a fan myself, love that.
Yes, sir.
So, but before we go out, and great stuff, great answers. Love you coming on. Appreciate you being here. When you're not playing football, when you're not doing football, what is it you like to do? Like, what are some of your hobbies?
So I got my dog. I mean, we go on walks all the time. He's crazy. He just plays all day and eats nonstop. And then I found some fishing spots around here I like to go to. Me and my guys, a couple guys on the team that's been up here working out. We go fish. We plan on going tomorrow sometime actually. So we've been fishing a good bit. And then I like to game. So those are the main things I've been up to while I've been up here, just training and working out outside of football.
Nice. Do you have like a favorite game that you like to play more than others? Or?
Yeah, I'll say League of Legends or Warzone, like COD Warzone. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Good stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have an English Bulldog. Yeah, he's down here being wild right now, just trying to play.
He's wilding out.
Yeah.
It's funny. But I really appreciate you coming on, man. I know as a fan myself, a lot of fans are. We're so happy to have you on the team. We're really excited about, what you're going to be bringing onto the team this year, especially like we talked about, playing in that new system, playing that position you were more comfortable with. But I really appreciate you coming on. I want to thank you again for joining us here in the Take Flight Spit and Fire podcast.
Yes, sir, definitely. I appreciate you having me on here.
Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate it. But so thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys being here. Hope you enjoyed the interview. It was a lot of fun having Bryce here. As you guys know, the show is always on Monday nights, 7 p.m. Please tune in. Again, I'm Harrison Glazer. We got Bryce Huff. Thank you for tuning in to the Take Flight Spit and Fire podcast, and I will see you guys next Monday.